Closing game, comic book collector investor. Holy Batman. Batman books are number 1 and number 2 in the top 10 this week. Welcome to the top 10 high CGC comic book sold on eBay for the week of April 19th to 25th. Coming number 10, we have Daredevil number 1, CGC 8.0, Never Been Pressed. Asking price was $9,500. It's actually over $8,750. So let's go over to Book Collect 8.0 right here. And then let's go over here and $8,750. That was the one that was sold on eBay. The highest this book was sold for $22,800. So that's a drop of $14,050. According to Go Collect, fair market value is $7,500. So to buy, did pay a little bit more than the fair market value there. So let's go over here. And this is one that was just sold. Let's see if we can hunt this down here. $22,850. That's one for $22,800 there. I can't seem to find one at $22,800 there. But okay, let's zoom out. Coming number 9, Amazing Fantasy 15, Space Season 1.5, first appearance of Spider-Man. Auction price was sold for $9,900 with 21 bids and fairly cheap, $8.18 delivery. Price seems kind of low, so when the price is low, you have to look over here. This one have only 6 feedback and 0% positive, so you want to take a chance on a book like this, comment below. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 1.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $22,800. So that's a drop of $12,900. This is back in February 2022. And then let's see one on the right. And we one sold for $21,840 back in June of 2024. Coming number 8, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, Great Season 10, Eminem Spotlight. This is the Valiant by Hustle. Sketch edition. So for a whopping $10,100, 52 bits, and $12.65 delivery. So let's take a look at this book right here. Gem Mint right here. And here's the I guess it's the CGC report, I guess. Eminem Spotlight fan cover, plus show sketch cover. Here's the top right here, and the other side right here. Definitely look very clean and sharp copy there. Here's the back right here. I mean, for $10,000 though, do you want to spend on a modern age book, or would you rather just get like a low-grade copy of maybe Amazing Spider-Man 1 or something like that? Or maybe you might get Amazing Fantasy, a low-grade copy of Amazing Fantasy. Coming number 7, X-Men issue 1, Great Season 5.0, Off-White White Pages. First appearance of Magneto and an X-Men team. The asking and sold price $10,900. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 5.0 right here. And then this book sold as high $26,400. So that's a decrease of $15,500. This is back in June of 2022. And then let's go one on the right. We have one sold for $26,400 also, back in October 2021. And then let's do one more. We have one sold for $25,200. Back in January 2022. Coming number 6, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, CGC 4.5, Off-White the White Pages. This one came in 1963, a silver age book. The asking price was $14,000, but that's sold for $13,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 4.5 right here. And then this book sold high $17,400. So that's a drop of $4,400. This is back in May 2022. And then let's move right here. We one sold for $16,800. back in August of 2022. And then let's do one more. And then we have one sold for 16,800 back in January 2022. Comment number 5, Amazing Fantasy 15, grade CZ 2.5. Let's book came out 1962. First appearance on Spider-Man. Final auction price $14,450 and very cheap, some $1.35 delivery. The book so kind of cheap, but you look over here. Still positive feedback and only one feedback so far. Alright, so let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 2.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $38,400. So that's a drop of $23,950. This is back in November 2021. And then we have one sold for $37,200 back in November 2021. And then let's do one more here. One for $37,200 back in July 2022. Comment number 4, Amazing Fantasy 15. This one came out in August 1962. First appearance on Amazing Spider-Man. Only one person bid on it, $15,000. Congratulations to the buyer. You got this book. Let's go over here. Seems like it's pretty reliable seller, 100% positive, and there's a total of 565 feedbacks. Let's go over to Heritage. 1.8 right here. And then this book sold as high as 28,800. So that's a drop of 13,800. This is back in January 2022. And then we have one sold for 19,200 back in October 2022. And then this a graded signature series for 19,200, July of 2025. Comment number 3, Amazing Spider-Man issue 129. This one produced by Marvel Comics back in 1974. Grade CGC 9.8, white pages. First appearance of Punisher. And you know the Punisher is going to be in the Spider-Man movie coming up in July. The asking price was $21,000, but it's actually sold for $18,000. So let's go over to GPA. All right, we have a 9.8 right here. And then let's go across right here. 2024 average, 2025 average, 12-month average, 30-day average, and last sale. So it seems like $18,000 is way higher than all these numbers here. Let's go down here. And then this book sold as high as $57,000. So that is a drop of $39,000. And then over here, 6 was reported. And this is the one that was just sold on eBay, $18,000, low $14,000, and then high $16,152. This was the one that was just sold on eBay, April 20th, $18,000 right here. And then let's go down here. And then the one that sold for $57,000 was back in 2022 here. Coming number 2, Batman issue 1, grade CC 0.5. First appearance Joker, Catwoman. According to the seller, 5 wraps missing. This was produced by DC Comics back in 1940. Final auction price was $35,400 with 71 bids. And then very reliable seller, almost 42,000 feedback there. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 0.5 right here. And then this book sold as high 57,600. So that's a drop of 22,200. This is back in April 2025. And then we have some pedigree comics on each side. One pedigree sold for some $2,000. And then another pedigree sold for $57,600. And then so let's do one more of the blue label. And one more blue label, $51,600. Back in April 2021. Cover number 1 for this week, Batman issue 1, graded CGC 9.0. This is a restore. This came in 1940. The best offer price. Actually, I'm sorry. This was sold for $378,999.99, and then we have a very reliable seller right here. So let's go over to Go Collect. Actually, no. Before we go to Go Collect, let's check this book right here. Zoom in a little bit. You can tell we got some the restoration include color touch and pieces added, and a couple other things was done. 9.0. It would be nice to have a copy of this book in my collection, but I really don't think I'll be getting this book anytime soon. Let's go over to Go Collect. Over Go Collect, we have CGC Restore 9.0. Unfortunately, not too many data. Okay. So the last one that was sold was $75,535, and so that's an increase of $303,465, and this was back in October 2018. Well, thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.